Hey guys, Skye here. Today I want to discuss the topic of having a hysterectomy. So this has come up on my feed, this discussion in particular. I posted a picture of my belly the other night when I was having a flare-up, and it's been a while since I've had a big flare-up like that. Last year, you would have known that I had a total hysterectomy. Now, the discussion I want to have with this is that a lot of people are getting told, when they get diagnosed, is to have a baby and then have a hysterectomy. And now we all know that having a hysterectomy is not a cure. And somebody asked me, do I regret having my hysterectomy? And my personal answer to that is no, I don't regret it. I was at the very last straw. So basically, I'd had already 10 surgeries. I'd already lost an ovary, fallopian tube, part of my bowel, and everything like that to endometriosis. And I just had one ovary left, my right one. And I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And I was trying to, soldier on because I wanted to be well enough to try have IVF. But during the process of that, I made sure that I had regular appointments with a psychologist. And the reason being is that I know that having a hysterectomy isn't a cure, but having the thought of having everything taken out put me in a bit of a crossroads. Yes, the idea of things coming out might reduce my flare-ups, which would give me a better quality of life. But then it also means that I'm unable to have children. That's the final straw. And so before I said on Facebook is that I recommend that anyone who's seriously considering having a hysterectomy is to go and get therapy done. So you can sit down with your therapist and your partner and work out what works out for you guys. What's the appropriate situation for you and your body and your lifestyle. I was just getting sicker and sicker and sicker and finding myself in bed more days than out of bed. And I had to really, sit down and do up the pros and the cons. And I would give my right arm to have a baby and the opportunity to have one. However, it wasn't feasible. My ovary was too damaged and I wasn't aware of that. And I found out the day before I was due to have my hysterectomy. So going to see a psychologist about having a hysterectomy was the best thing for me to do mentally, because it helped me to step back from a situation and look at it from all points of view and be able to step into making that final decision with a clear head, as opposed to feeling rushed into it or that I had no other option. I know some of you have said to me that you feel that, after you pass a certain age and, you're conflicted. And some people have said that their doctors have said, let yourself go into early menopause. If this is the case, then you need to take that up with your doctor, and you also need to sit down and work out if that's appropriate for you. I'm going to tell you straight up, there's not a hope in how I could have made the decision without having counselling first. And it helped me to grieve the loss that I was losing, but it also helped me to appreciate who I had around me and who else was going through this journey with me, and to understand, my partner's point of view on this subject. It's not easy and it's a final decision, and that's why I really, really, really push people into getting some counselling sessions done, because that's it. Once it's done, it's done. There are so many options though, depending on your health. So you need to explore with your doctors what is right for you. What's right for me might not be right for you. So you need to know everything about your body. You need to know, have tests done on your ovaries, have everything checked, sit there and talk with your doctor and put in plan something that you think is appropriate for you and your life. And like I said, everybody is different and we're not going to all have the same symptoms. So not everyone is going to have the same response. So since my hysterectomy, I've probably had 5 or 6 flare-ups. and in a year. So that to me is an automatic win, but that doesn't mean it's going to be like that for you. And I don't want you to be misguided or misled or anything like that. I'm saying do your homework and do the work mentally as well as physically, and then sit down, weigh it all up, and then have this discussion with your family and do what's right for you. Like, I'm more than happy to talk to you about what it feels like afterwards to have a hysterectomy for me, or if you want to discuss things. I'm not a trained counselor, guys, but I have gone through that journey. So I just suggest, don't make any rash decisions. Make sure that you do everything that you can mentally, physically, and holistically, and then go forward from there. Always feel free to shoot me a message, or if you want to chat, let me know. I hope this has been a little bit more helpful, just to get you to understand that it is important to speak to people, and the people that are separated from your situation. It definitely helps to look at things from a completely different view. On that note, guys, I'll leave you there. Any questions, please feel free to give me a message or a call. Otherwise, take care of you and your family, and lots of love.